Hi, this is Flash, your squatter hunter, and this is Squatter Talk Tuesdays live. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my Squatter Talk Tuesday. So I do this every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, no matter where I am. And today I am just outside of Hollywood in Los Angeles, right on the outskirts of Hollywood. And I am doing surveillance on a former actress to be named later. And like I said, anywhere I am, sometimes I'm in the house, sometimes I'm living with a squatter, and today I'm on surveillance. I've got a few things to talk about today. I want to tell you all again how much I appreciate doing these lives. I will get to comments and questions and things. I was commenting with a new member of the channel before I started the live here, and I will get back to his questions as well, and let him know how he can refer his friend to talk. But let's see here. So the main thing is, okay, since I'm on surveillance, what is the importance of surveillance? Okay, now I want to let you know the reason I do surveillance. Now, in many cases, I only know what a homeowner, a friend of the homeowner, whoever reached out tells me, right? So sometimes they don't know who the people are. Sometimes they don't know how many people are there. They don't know what their schedules are. So before I just show up and, you know, make entrance and put myself in a myself and my team in an unsafe, vulnerable position, I want to check it out, do surveillance, take video, pictures, do everything I can to make sure that that situation is going to be safe before we proceed. Okay, surveillance includes going down, meeting with law enforcement. I had a meeting, very nice meeting with the Wilshire Division of LAPD today, and I have all the support I need. And now we are just doing surveillance to make sure that everything is copacetic, everything is safe. Make sure that there's not people there that we don't suspect, or things like that. So, in the situation here, I've got a former actress to be named later. She was There was an elderly couple that she moved in on, and she did pay a deposit, and she did that to be able to move into the property. So according to the law, she is a tenant with rights, right? But after that payment, she basically is not paying any rent. So what she decided to do is torment the elderly couple and do everything she could to get them to move out of the house. So now she's in a guest house and there's a main house. So she was like knocking on the walls, and she ended up flooding them out and tormenting these poor elderly people, and they're having to live in a hotel. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm kind of repaying that justice to them, and I'm making things uncomfortable for her before she even knows I'm involved. Okay, so I will be letting you know what I did and giving you the details. Just like I can't communicate with the homeowner during this process, I can't allow them to speak to me. I can't allow them to make suggestions. I can't allow them legally to be a part of it. And I can't let them know what's happening, what I'm doing. I have to act completely 100% on my own, or it is not legal. Okay. So, now, importance of surveillance. Okay. I mean, that's the bottom line is I just need to make sure what I'm going in for is what expecting is what is actually happening. In many cases, they think there's one person in there, or they think it's a female, and then it turns out to be, a female and three or four guys. And then, we'll take video and pictures, and, there's facial recognition software now where sometimes I can actually find out who someone is based on a photograph. As long as I have a clear photograph, I can find them because, you know, every time people post things, if you never want to be seen or found, don't post anything on social media, because The moment you post your picture on something, the algorithms basically, they get put into databases to where, just like when you have a phone, like you have a phone, you can pull up your albums and you can pull up things, and it pulls people out and puts them in an album based on their face, right? The same thing is out there for the internet, and there are programs. Now, there are apps that you can use, but the programs you get on the actual computer are far. I can find out who someone is just by doing surveillance, taking pictures of them. Not to mention, when I expose them, now I have pictures and video as well. Okay. So that's what we're doing for this person. This person, there's question on legal status. She is from another country. You can hear it in her voice. I don't know if she is a citizen, if she's here legally. I don't know. So that's information that I'm trying to gather to where I can use it to encourage her to want to live elsewhere. Okay. And that's always the goal. Okay. So now let's see here. We have, all right. Now I'm wearing a vest right now. Why we wear a vest? Another thing I wanted to talk about. Okay. You know, there are people they log on basically just to comment, just to razz me, just to try to whatever. Critics, people that don't like what I'm doing, and they're going to pick things apart. And one of the things that people will talk about is, why are you wearing a vest? And they'll, use that to insult me, which I really don't care, because bottom line is, if you have any kind of sense, you realize that it's functional. It's a vest that protects us. Why do we need protection? Well, the obvious answer is because we're dealing with people that are unpredictable, right? We're dealing with people that we don't know how dangerous they are. So, I wear body armor. This vest right now that I have right now, and it has squatter hunters on front, squatter hunters on back, so that people don't think that we're law enforcement, because that's not what we're trying to do. But this vest, it'll protect me if someone shoots me in this area. Well, I have to dodge my head if they shoot me there. No. Anyway, so the vest is for protection, obviously, but it also holds our camera. It holds, depending on what I'm doing, a flashlight, pepper spray, different things. There's a bunch of different compartments and loops here for things to connect on. And so it is functional and protective. Now, sometimes you'll see me in a video where we're wearing a vest that is netted. Okay. So in certain situations where we've made contact and we know that there's no threat, but we need something to hold our camera. We need something to hold whatever, pepper spray, so that it's accessible easily, right? Then we will wear a netted vest that's not bulletproof, because we already know that the situation is calm. The situation isn't something that we have to worry about somebody pulling a gun on us, right? So we will wear a netted vest because it's 110 degrees out, and this vest is not breathable, and it's extremely hot because we're wearing it all day long. Okay. So now, originally, in my very original stuff, I was literally wearing a GoPro before we got the official police body cams from Veripic, and I was wearing a strap. I had no vest on. I had a strap holding a GoPro. What's the problem with the strap? Strap doesn't hold anything else. I would, I looked silly enough, but then to pepper spray was on my belt. It was just not really functional. Once we got the Veripic cameras, we went to vests. We went to the netted vests. We went to the bulletproof vests. And then now we've added the patches, because I didn't want to be confused with being law enforcement. That I didn't want that. I didn't want to portray. We're very careful not to say anything about law enforcement unless law enforcement is on scene. I will typically refer to them as my friends at such and such department are here with us, and things like that. Now, so that is why we wear a vest. All right. You have, an issue with that, and you want to say something and whatever, that's totally fine. It really doesn't matter to me. Okay. And that brings up something else. I know that I can't please everyone. Okay. There's no way. I just have to be true to myself. I have to, every time I wake up, I'm the only one that's there. Well, not always, but when I basically every day that I wake up, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. When I go to bed, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I have to be true to myself. I cannot do things based on trying to, please everyone, because some people just aren't going to like what I'm doing. Okay. And I like to believe that the people that don't like what I'm doing are squatters themselves. Right. So that's why I say, if you don't like it and you want to say, you want to click on that you dislike something, then tell me why you disliked it, because I want to learn from it. And if it's something that I can actually do to change it so that I get your like, then I will change it, because I feel that just like the world goes around, I have to revolve as well. And I have to learn each and every day to make sure that I can perfect what I'm doing for you. And, I'm trying to do that with my videos as well. So, now, why will I hide you? Now, typically, it's if you are, now keep in mind, when you write a comment, if you are, YouTube will pick it up, it will hide it, it will ask me if it's okay. So sometimes your comment doesn't even make it to mainstream because YouTube has already flagged it. But there are also times where people will get past that, and then I see that it's inappropriate, it's racist, it's disrespectful. Okay. And I have the option, because it's my channel, to hide you if I feel like you are doing this, because I also have the option to click on and see all of your comments that you do. And if your comments are always disrespectful and you clearly are logging onto my channel to put me down, put what I do down, whatever it is, then I have the option. It's my channel. I have the option to hide you from the channel. Okay. Now, some people will go and create another channel just to come back to be able to insult me again, right? And now I also see how long you've had your channel. So if it's very clear that you are the same person just with a different channel name, because your channel was created 0 hours ago, then I'm going to just hide you again. So, it isn't about opinion. I want to make that very clear. If you have an opinion that you want to talk to me and you want to debate, I am totally fine as long as you are respectful. But the moment you cross the line and you're disrespectful, you know what? I don't disrespect you. I will not be disrespected myself. Even when I'm dealing with squatters, as rotten as I might think they are, I always go into it with respect. I treat them as a human being and I hear them out. I give them an opportunity to give their side, and ultimately I get the home back, right? That is my goal. But I don't have to do it belittling them. Don't have to do it, screaming and yelling at them and using whatever language and putting their mamas down, or I don't, that's not me. I'm not going to do that. So I expect the same respect in return. So if you're wondering why I hid you, that maybe you just kind of need to be the one to look at yourself in the mirror when you wake up. Okay. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So so the vest, surveillance, all that stuff. Now, this particular case that I'm on, it's anytime you're hurting elderly people, it's going to hit me personally. I'm going to feel affected because I got started because I was trying to protect my own mom. Okay. So this case is something that I'm paying attention to and trying to do my absolute very best for this elderly couple to try to alleviate this horrible situation. I've been in communication with the health department, with there's different aspects to this case that I've had to go, roads I've had to go down. So I am going to concentrate on this one and help this couple. Now, all right, so we're going to get to comments here. Let's see, we got comments. If we got any waiting, I know it's not a lot of comments because I did make it to where members right now can chat, and you can say anything you want in the chat if you're a member. I did select to not have the live chat go public after the video comes out live, when it becomes a video. So that way, if you want to ask me a question in confidence, or you want to ask me a question just with members to know, your comment will not transfer over to the video. So I thought that was something to try, and let me know if it even matters to you guys or not. But we had, let's see here. We had a new member sign up, the Malibu Hobo. Okay, the Malibu Hobo is, I thanked him for joining, and I'm sorry if a Malibu Hobo, the Malibu Hobo isn't a male, but I apologize if he isn't. But anyway, so he's reaching out for a friend, trying to help him, looking for some guidance. If you are having trouble with the squatter and you need guidance, you need advice, you need, something like that, you can go to squatterhunters.com. But the quickest way to get a response, you'll get an auto reply, how to schedule a Zoom consultation, and I will give advice. And in many cases, sometimes all you need is that Zoom with me. But I do require it. I do video it to protect myself, because sometimes, let's face it, homeowners lie. Sometimes I have to protect myself, or every single time I have to protect myself. But that video will never be public. So the best way to, without having to go to the website, you can email me, consultation@squatterhunters.com. You'll get an auto reply which tells you how to proceed with the Zoom. So Malibu Hobo, the Malibu Hobo, let your friend know to reach out to me. Let's do a Zoom consultation and see if I can help get their squatter out of, I believe you said, Malibu, California. Want to keep Malibu as beautiful as we can, because a lot of the Palisades and that Malibu area is pretty burnt up right now. So if there's houses still there, then we need to do everything we can to get the squatter out and help beautify the neighborhood. All right, here we go. Shell, hey. Shell says, hey, Flash. Shell, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. You're here almost every week, or probably every week, and I appreciate you coming back. And I need to say, if you joined this late, and this will repeat when I'm done, and then it will turn into a video. So if you joined this like second half, when you get when it gets to the end, it will repeat. And then we have the Malibu Hobo confirmed. Yes, a male. So sorry, my eyes, I couldn't see that icon, but I will here and there do open up comments, to non-members randomly and stuff. But there are a lot of comments, and sometimes people are chiming in, just to insult. So I want to alleviate that. I don't want to take the time away from you who's actually supporting me by dealing with idiots. So, it might be just that I open up to subscribers only, I don't know. But, I love you guys. I appreciate this. I'm going to continue doing this surveillance here on this, this Hollywood job here. And then, I'm going to be doing I've been documenting my hand. It was Dupuytren's syndrome, basically. Dupuytren's contracture. There's a few names for it. I thought it was arthritis. I let it go too long, and therefore it became a huge deal and a really big surgery. So I am going to be doing a video showing the whole process and warning others what to look for and not to let it happen to them. The other thing that I'm planning on doing is my original video, that's like 7 million views right now, like that. When I watch it, I'm not even happy with it. There's a lot of ums and that and all that stuff, and there was like zero edit, and it was the first like video I did like that, and and it was 2019. I've learned a lot since then, and there are a lot of questions that people are asking, which help the algorithm. However, I thought I'm going to do a remake, and I'm going to answer a lot of those questions in the remake. And like, for example, how did they get in? Did they have a key? No, they broke in the back door, but I realized that I didn't say that until the very end of the video. So I'm going to kind of do a remake for those of you who want to watch that video. And there's a lot of people that watched it clearly, that there's going to be some new video in there and some new information that maybe they'll want to watch it again to get a new perspective of it. So, I'll keep you posted on, TV show. I'll keep you posted on everything. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on IG. It's at Flash Shelton, just at FLASHSHELTON. And because that's where I will announce like show stuff and things. I'm not going to be doing a video every time something new happens, but I will announce on Instagram. So if you're not following me, follow me there. That is my main one. And then I have Squatter Hunters. I have Squatter Remover. I have the Squatter Guy. But anyway, thank you for joining. I have another video remake is a great idea. Thank you, appreciate it. So look, if you have experienced an intruder or you experience one in the future, don't go and confront them. I've recently heard a horror story that I can't really talk about yet because it involves another show. But I can't talk about it. But horrible outcome when people go and confront their squatters. So call law enforcement. Their job is to make sure that you and your family are safe. Make sure that your house and the property is safe. Let them assess the situation. But as soon as they tell you it's a civil matter and there's nothing we can do, that's when you want to reach out to me, your Squatter Hunter, and let me assess the situation. Let me talk to you outside the box alternatives and see how I can help you. Thank you for joining me. This was Flash, the Outside the Box. Take care now. Bye. See you next week.